Welcome back, guys. It's your boy, Blue. Hope everyone's doing well. Well, here we are. We're going to talk about what could be a great cherry pick. I don't know. We're going to find out here, I don't know, probably in about a month and a half. If all turns well, my $80 investment will probably end up turning anywhere from $500 to over $1,000. So you never know. So what are we playing with here today? Well, I was looking through some dealer back stock of Proof sets, and they had this interesting little nugget right here. Yeah, the coins are out of their normal space of where they could be, and that's kind of cringy when you look at it. They've been in their position for a while. This is what you normally saw back in the 80s, these kind of holders, back before they changed them over to the, I guess, the snap tights that we know of today. These things were incredibly unreliable, and, you know, with good reason. This particular holder right here is hollow on the inside, except for these little pegs that holds each denomination. So each set of 3 pegs fits a specific denomination. The original idea was that it would go in order from cent, nickel, dime, quarter, and half dollar. And well, it just didn't work out very well. So yeah, this is kind of like the results that you would expect from such a holder. To say that they're kind of dangerous for the coins, it would be a massive understatement. Now, obviously, the Lincoln cent and the nickel kind of wedged together there. I mean, they don't move, and they don't even rattle. They are stuck in that position. So what we're going to do is open up this encasement and throw away the holder for good. Hopefully we don't see any more of these. And there's one specific coin that I have a vested interest in. And it's the Franklin half dollar right here. Now, it has actually really good cameo frost. Not only on the obverse, but when you flip the coin over, so does the reverse as well. Now, there's 3 different levels to grading a proof coin. Okay, there's a regular proof grade designation. There's a cameo designation, and then finally there's deep cameo. Now, deep cameo coins on these 1950s era proof sets are actually quite difficult. They are probably, that make up less than 1% of the entire run. The way that the dies were prepared to create the proof coins back in the 50s was that the devices were all sandblasted on the dies. So it didn't take too many strikes for that pebbly kind of satin sheen or frost to the devices on the die would eventually wear off, and then you begin to have coins that look like these 2 right here, which have virtually no frost to them. So that's kind of par for the course for the 1950s proof sets. Now, 1950s proof sets are some of them are beginning to get a little pricey. The ones that were more easily accessible for between $20 and $25 5 years ago are now nearly double that. And those dates are from 1956 to 1959 because they were, in a sense, a little bit more plentiful to obtain or to own. The mintages were just a lot higher on them. When you got to 1955, the mintages plummeted. All right, so the sets in turn became very expensive. The 1954 proof set you see here only had a mintage for each coin of 233,300, which is not a whole lot compared to, say, proof coins of the 1980s, where they made 2, 3, 4, 5 million of them. It's actually quite scarce. And, you know, coins of the 80s, all of them have very nice frosty devices offset by that black mirrory fills. Now, the quarter comes close, but I don't think it'll grade cameo, especially the reverse. is missing some of that frost that you need. It needs to be on both sides. But that $50 caught me by surprise. So it's got a price tag of $90. The coin shop manager, we ended up settling on $80 because of the way the coins are in here. So we're going to take the coins out. We're going to closely inspect, I would say, the $quarter and the $half. The $half might need what we call a flash dip, where you're going to use some sort of jewelry cleaner, or easiest, I found out how to pronounce that now, yay me, some easiest solution followed by a quick rinse in distilled water, so that way there's no water spots, and then you pat dry. And then you'll have a coin that'll be ready for submission. So I am wearing gloves today because obviously fingerprints kill proof coins. And we certainly don't want that, because the moment that that happens, that's going to kind of eliminate a lot of the value associated with proof coins, especially the earlier dates. So we want to try our hardest to, interesting. So the other side did not have a screw. This whole time it didn't have a screw. So let's see if we can pry this open. Say it's from the bottom. So the right side is doing okay. There we go. So we have to be careful. So yeah, trust me, we're a little bit more professional operation. It just, yeah, I didn't hit the coins or anything, but that's trash there. So we're going to be careful with the nickel, which appears to have a little bit of kind of like that grungy white haze toning on there. I wouldn't even classify it as toning, as much less, you know, the chemical haze transfer from the original plastic that this was sitting in for a while. So that's what that one looks like there. No cameo frost to talk about on the nickel. So we're going to go ahead and put this aside. More than likely, I'm going to end up either giving these 1954 proof set coins away. Ooh, that's really wedged in there. Let's do the dime. All right, there's the dime right there. Hard to believe there's only 233,000 of that one coin made. So if we flip it over, again, no cameo frost. This one is relatively clean. Maybe a little bit of toning on the periphery edge of mostly the reverse, it looks like. All right, so there we go. Here is the Lincoln cent. And you can see right there, that's where the coin makes contact with the peg. So not great for sure. I mean, it doesn't really do anything to the coin's value, but here's our 1959. It's got that mint haze on there. No cameo contrast whatsoever on this example. Again, another nice low mintage piece. Here's the quarter. No really good strong cameo on this particular coin. But you'll notice that this coin right here lacks the very thing that the $half does have, and that's the deep, rich, lusterless fields. This one has all sorts of cartwheel radial luster, even going into the fields. So it wouldn't even qualify for a cameo anyways, even if the devices were pretty well frosted. Because this area where it's flat around all the devices has to be black and mirrored. Like this one, you could see some of the flow lines in there. And then finally, the crown jewel of this whole thing is going to be the Franklin. Let's take a quick look at this one. That's quite nice. Beautiful coin. So there's a little bit of the white haze on the obverse of the coin. That's what we want to try and eliminate. In addition to a few of the specks of dust on there, but ideally, and also some toning. We want to eliminate that toning. It doesn't serve the coin at all if we're trying to grade this. So let's do this. Let me show you guys what's at stake here. So it may or may not cameo. I don't know. At the very highest, I need a cameo on this one. Now, when we're looking at this coin, there's a few areas of concern that might actually play against. Now, I turn off one light and see how nice and frosty that is. So you want to make sure that the letters as well has a good deal of frost around the periphery or the rim. Nice frosting here on this eagle, on the letters of E Pluribus Unum. Now, when you look at this head on like this, you have some pretty nice black, deep, mirrory fields. But when you look at the Liberty Bell, the top left right here is just a little bit weak on the frost. But overall, you have pretty decent frost all throughout. You need it to be on both sides of the coin. Now, one of the weak spots on the Franklin half dollar proofs is this area right here, just under the date. So this area here, the front of where his bow tie is, or that tie that he's wearing. See how it lacks a little bit of that cameo? Now, there have been coins that have graded cameo that's missing a little bit of that frost in that area, but all throughout the rest of the coin, it's very beautiful. And you can see, again, a little bit of toning around the edge that we need to try and eliminate pre-submission. I want that to be clean. The toning, again, does not help this coin at all, grade-wise, but we also need to try and get rid of just a little bit of the mid-set haze that exists on the coin. So let me go ahead and do my my flash dip on this coin, and I'll show you guys the results. But before I do, let's go ahead and do this. So I went ahead and put all my information on the screen here. So if you can see my mouse pointer, and unfortunately it's not the DDO FS101, I already checked. But you have three different lines of 1954s. You have a regular, a cameo, and a deep cam. So when we're going all the way here at the proof to about right here where it says 67 regular, I don't want to be here. I want to be more at the 68 if it's not going to cameo. Now for cameo, I want to be somewhere here in 67 cameo. And that's why we're doing the flash dip, is we want to get as best as we can the most appealing look to the coin. But you can see, wow, if it grades out 68 cameo, we're talking about a coin that's worth $1,300. That's where the $1,000 comes into play. And then, of course, deep cameo. I mean, we're talking a very expensive coin, upwards of almost $10,000 in the 68. So that's what we're playing with here. Again, we're trying to aim for that 68 cameo on this particular coin. So let me go ahead and do some of the Blue Ridge Daddy magic, and I'll show you the results here in a moment. Great news. Here's the finished result on the 1954 Franklin half dollar proof. So this is with full lighting here, but you'll see that the toning is completely gone. Again, I dipped this for approximately 3 to 5 seconds, and then I did a quick rinse in distilled water. So again, that's to prevent water spots, but you can see my finger reflection right in the coin. You got some really deep mirrors on this example. It's a stunner. So there's the reverse, really pretty, very clean. Again, that little bit of toning that was on the coin does not serve it at all. So voila, it is gone. Let's go ahead and turn off the light here. There's that frost. Beautiful. I'm just holding it from the edge. I don't know, but would love to hear what you guys think about this one. It'll look good, regardless if it comes back cameo or not. And it's an extremely clean, beautiful coin. So, yeah, wish me luck. Send this out to PCGS. I'll probably have someone else do that for me since I don't have a PCGS membership anymore. All I've got is NGC, and I prefer, in this particular case, PCGS, just because of the premiums, of course. You know, if it comes back a certain way, might as well, you know, if you're going to spend the money to grade, you might as well pick the best possible service, and all that dust is actually on the outside surface of the holder here. So it needs to go in this kind of holder anyways, prior to it being shipped out to PCGS. But this is a very stunning looking coin, and I hope I get some pretty good results from the grading. But I will let you guys know where we're at on that. And thank you guys for tuning in on this this nice little video here. So 80 bucks, I think, is going to be well spent here. These sets, you know, tend to range in that kind of like $75, $80. But if you have one complete in the government packaging, it could go up to about 150 as well. So there you go. Nice little cherry pick. And I'll see you guys later when this thing comes back from the graders.